Hey guys, we're back with Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Path. So we're gonna go through like the it's kind of like the confronting part of its investigations, like Ace Attorney Investigations, and so we're gonna have his testimony, John Doe, and I don't know. If you guys played Justice for All, you kind of know who this guy is, or you should. So let's move on. Mr. Doe's testimony. I understand that the person in the raincoat is suspicious. However, that doesn't mean he was injured. I don't suppose you have proof? Clearly, my left arm is injured, but I can still use my right arm. When it was raining, I used an umbrella, but I have no need for a raincoat. You didn't wear a raincoat, you claim? That's your claim? Yes, not everyone uses a raincoat for protection against the rain. I am an umbrella person, after all. I am definitely a raincoat person. Umbrellas can hinder your movement. Well, I don't use raincoats or umbrellas. Come on, show me. Come rain or snow, all I need is my trusty parka. This wasn't what I wanted to talk about. I hope you understand. I am not the assassin. Unfortunately, leaving a testimony unexamined goes against my principles. How troublesome. I am but a simple ice cream salesman. Oops. Please excuse me, in the middle of my panic era, my wound has seemed to reopen. There's no mistaking that the owner of the raincoat is the assassin. Furthermore, the owner has an injured left arm. Mr. Doe, I shall reveal your true colors for all to see. Rebuttal. So now this is where we have to like present evidence, or so let's see. However, it doesn't seem that he was injured. It doesn't mean that he was injured. I suppose you don't have proof. Actually, we do have proof, because if you guys remember the raincoat in the inside, yeah, like right here, there's like that blood stain, so he was injured on his left arm. Okay, wait, give me a second. Sorry, it's a little laggy. Objection! Mr. Doe, you seem to be a very cautious person. However, today seems to be different, because you left this behind. You must be mistaken. That does not belong to me. Or perhaps, you have evidence that proves otherwise? Mr. Doe, is your injury alright? The wound seems to have opened. Yes, indeed, it's quite troublesome. I'm sure it is. You have my deepest sympathies. My computer's lagging a little bit. Give me a second, guys. After all, you have escaped. You would have escaped had your wounds not opened up. What do you mean? There's no mistaking that the only one that wore this raincoat was injured, and I can prove that that person was you. With this. Ah, the ice cream's sweating. On the inside of this raincoat, there's a small blood stain. It's the blood of the assassin. Attacking the president is a serious crime, pal. You'll cause an international incident. No matter how long you keep silent, your true nature will soon come to light. A blood test will settle this. The blood from the raincoat, and the blood from your bandaged arm. I have all the evidence I need. Why don't you admit it? You're the assassin who attacked the president. I am not the assassin. You don't know when to give up. If this is a game of chess, you would have been checkmated a long time ago. Admit your defeat gracefully. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be giving up. He seems completely unfazed. I suppose I have no choice. I'll admit it. Indeed, the raincoat is mine. You confess, sir. Arrest him. Arrest him. However, that does not mean I shot the president. What's that, pal? Prosecutor Edgeworth. All you have proven that I wore the raincoat. What sort of crime is that? So now we have a second testimony. Part 2. I am no assassin. I'm just a simple ice cream salesman. All I did was put the red raincoat on and listen to the president's speech. It surprised me to see the bodyguards take action before the gunshot rang out. Everyone in the audience tried to escape, creating a state of panic. Are you satisfied this time? His story is getting fishier by the minute. He's really suspicious. Glaring at me won't help. We got evidence. Here, look at this guy in the raincoat. That's gotta be the assassin. I see. That is certainly not me. What? Prosecutor Edgeworth, please consider this carefully. Was I really the only one who wore the red raincoat? Whether he was a person or not, the person in this photo can only be Mr. Doe. But why? This man's self-confidence and intensity. Okay. I think we're gonna need to press some. I am no assassin, I'm just a simple oops. Let's press it.
Hold it!
As an ice cream man, you must know quite a bit about ice cream. But of course, ask me anything you wish. I don't know anything about ice cream. So, what's the most important thing about making ice cream? Mr. Edgeworth, the most important thing about making ice cream is honor. Honor? To make ice cream? Without honor, ice cream is nothing more than sweet ice. Do you understand? I am just a simple ice cream salesman. Okay. All I did was put that raincoat and listen to the speech. Why did you use a raincoat instead of an umbrella? Is it strange to wear a raincoat on a rainy day? It's strange to purposely put on a raincoat when you can't even get your arm into it. If both of my hands were occupied, I wouldn't be able to serve ice cream. Why didn't you mention that in your testimony earlier? I'm terribly sorry, it must have slipped my mind. After all, I just had gone through all that. All that? The shooting of the president, of course. Okay. It surprised me to see the bodyguards take action just before the gunshot rang out. So, the bodyguards reacted before the gunshot went off? Yes, the bodyguards moved first. The one on the left side on the stage in particular. You saw it all quite clearly. I have good eyesight. The names were written on the upper left of the security plan. The bodyguard on the left side would be Mr. Rook. That is correct. And a Mr. Ethan Rook, I believe. Perhaps you noticed the light coming from the laser pointer. That man is no ordinary individual. From their actions, I don't believe that the bodyguards were amateurs. This man is not an ordinary individual either. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. On the left side was especially Mr. Rook. I think that contradicts our evidence, because I think if you look at the security plan, I think he was on the right side. Yeah, he's actually to his right, not to his left.
Objection!
It seems you aren't just a simple ice cream man salesman after all. You think too highly of me, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Why would a simple ice cream salesman know the name of the president's bodyguard? The name of the bodyguard. Surely you jest. Didn't you say their names just quite a moment ago? Mr. Lightly and Mr. Rook? Knightley and Rook, correct? This is a diagram of the security plans. We just learned their names from this. However, please look. Only their surnames are written here. Oh, that's what it was. Oops. He distinctly said Ethan Rook. How do you know his full name when we did not? That's pretty weird, sir. Why do you know his name? Explain yourself. As merely a slip of the tongue. It's true. This guy is the assassin. Young lady, you're being a little hasty. The reason I knew his name is quite simple. What? I'm an acquaintance of Mr. Rook. What? He and I have a bit of a connection. His is a name I would never forget. Mr. Edwards, he's just telling a big fat lie. This is not a lie. I am just a simple ice cream salesman. And an acquaintance of Ethan Rook. In that case, let's just ask Mr. Rook himself about this. Whether or not he's an acquaintance of a dubious ice cream man. As you wish. However, that may prove to be difficult now. He's currently busy with the president's security, after all. Besides, even if I'm not an acquaintance of Mr. Rook, does that prove that I fired the gun? If you aren't the assassin, then why'd you remove your raincoat? It was a little hot and the rain had stopped. I wanted to air out the wound. Is there a problem with that? I just can't seem to corner him. Mr. Edwards, what are you doing? Hurry up and arrest him! That man's so suspicious, I didn't even arrest him myself! Arrest him without evidence? How could I do such a thing? Come on, Mr. Edwards! Can't you do something? Breaking news! The criminal is on the verge of escaping the prosecutor! Oh dear, they have already treating me like a criminal. I understand. Since I have been suspected this far, it seems I have to tell the truth. The truth? What is he up to? I saw another person wearing a red hood. What? What? Surely that was the person who was in this photo. I first noticed him right before the speech when it was still raining. It caught my eye because his raincoat was the same color as mine. In his hand, I saw a laser pointer with a light aimed directly at the president. It can't be. There has to be another person wearing a red hood. There was another person wearing a red hood? I knew if I wore the red raincoat, I'd be mistaken for the assassin. That's why I took off the raincoat. You saw an assassin wear the same color hood as yours? Wouldn't that be a nice coincidence? That's what I expected you would say, which is why I did not testify as such. Prosecutors and the police are a suspicious lot. I knew that no one would believe me. At the moment of the incident, the assassin was very close to the prosecutor. Prosecutor? I only arrived after the incident. Not you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. That prosecutor over there. Huh? Me? Yes, you should be visible in that photo. Let's see. Here, right in front of the person in the red hood. That's me, alright. What's your point? What's this man driving at? I have been observing your investigation the entire time, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. I have noticed something quite strange. Something strange? It seems that you still haven't noticed this contradiction yet. The contradiction? In this photo, the people that can be seen as the chief, Mr. Payne, and the assassin. I don't see anything strange. Oh, oops, that's K. My bad. Please think back carefully about the circumstances during the president's speech. I believe you are holding evidence that contradicts this photo. Do I have evidence that contradicts this photo? Oh yeah, cause remember, I think you saw Mr. Payne talking to It sounded like Mr. Payne, I think, and it was talking to somebody else on her tape recorder. I think this is right.
Take that!
It can't be. There's a contradiction between the photo and the tape. It seems it seems like you have noticed. Mr. Edwards, what's going on? There's a person missing from this photograph. Who is it? Yes, it's rather strange. Someone who should be there but is not. This person should be. Oh yeah. We didn't see her. We didn't see Nicole Swift, even though she was supposed to be there, because she was recording them, right? I think that's it.
Take that!
Huh? Miss Swift? Why would you say that? Mr. Payne's voice was recorded on Mr. Swift's tape. He was whispering quietly with the chief prosecutor. Those are the folks standing in front of me. I reckon it was two older men. They kept on whispering to each other. I see Miss Swift was near Mr. Payne when she recorded the speech. But she isn't anywhere in this photo. That is correct. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, who's the one that you should be pursuing? Nicole Swift, would you mind giving us your testimony? Come on, it feels weird when you talk all formal like that. It's fine, I ain't got nothing to hide. Her testimony. It ain't like I stayed in one spot while I was recording. I was moving around the audience, shuffling from here and there. I reckon this picture must have been snapped at a different time to my tape recording. So quit making that scary face. It ain't what you think. Ugh. Miss Swift's tape recorded a conversation between my colleagues, Mr. Payne and the chief prosecutor. Why would Nicole be lying? That would mean. It would mean Nicole Swift is the assassin, pal. Y'all gotta be kidding me! I ain't done nothing like that. Be that as it may, however, there is a contradiction in your testimony. I don't reckon so, no sir. It's revealed I must review this contradiction with evidence. Let's see. It ain't nothing like I stayed in one spot while I was recording. I was moving around the audience and shuffling here and there. I reckon that this picture must have been snapped at a different time. I don't know, it can't really be snapped at a different time because based on what they're talking about, that's the only time that the chief prosecutor and Mr. Payne are together.
Objection!
Miss Swift, a reporter shouldn't lie. I ain't lying, I'm an honest journalist. Perhaps, but there is no denying that the photo and the recording were taken at the same time. That so? What makes you say that? The truth lies in these photos. You only can have taken at the same time as the photo can have only been taken at the same time as the recording. Which spot shows that the recording was taken at the same time? It's because that's when he started talking, and that's the same time that it was recorded at. It should be his arm, because you know how he's like, whoa, like he's making a speech. I'm pretty sure it's that.
Take that!
Can you see the president with his fist raised in the air? What about it? Miss Swift, might we hear your tape one more time? Nuh-uh, you ain't hearing a word. The way you've been treating me. Would you rather we charge you with obstruction of justice and seize it from you? Fine, you win. I'm no match for you, Mr. Prosecutor. The question is, during which part of his speech did the president raise his fist? No matter what sort of heinous criminal organization there is, I would not allow them to exist. The president raised his fist in the air and the atmosphere is boiling to a fever pitch. Aha! Raises his fist straight out the horse's mouth, sir. This tape was recorded at the moment of the president the moment the president raises his fist overhead. That means Nicole's not. Then Nicole not being in this picture is really strange. Oh, she's in this photo right here. The person in the red hood. It was you, Nicole Swift. Ah! You're the assassin, aren't you, pal? That ain't so. I ain't never worn that red raincoat. This red raincoat is in question that belongs to John Doe. You should know that. The raincoat's owner is Mr. Doe. This much has been proven. You were wearing something else, a different red hood. You mean there were two red hoodies, sir? Mr. Doe's last testimony was true. But we didn't find any other red raincoats. What Mr. Doe saw was a red hood, not a raincoat. Miss Swift, what was it that you told us earlier about your parka? Yeah, I mean when I said I ain't worried about it getting all dirty? It's reversible, so all I gotta do is turn it inside out and... As I thought. Mr. Edgeworth, the inside of her parka is... red! Indeed, during the incident she was using that side. What? Hey pal, what's the big idea? You're wrong. I've been wearing it like this the whole day. Well then, will you allow me to examine your parka? What do you expect to find? We know it was raining prior to the president's speech. I believe you said earlier. Well, I don't use raincoats or the umbrellas. Come rain or snow, all I need is my trusty parka. If you really didn't turn your parka inside out, then the inside should be dry. Hang on a minute, I ain't taking off this heavy backpack and putting it back on again. Sorry, but can't we do this another time? You think you can fool Mr. Edgeworth with that, pal? Alright then, pal. If you're really wrong, prove it. If we're really wrong, prove it. Show us the inside of your parka. It wasn't me. I ain't no assassin. Miss Swift, if you want me to believe that, then you need to cooperate with us. Will you please tell us why you wore the red side of your parka? I'm sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. I had my reasons, honest. I'll tell you everything. Just quit fooling me. Who said that? Whose voice was that? Hold on a second. It's a little too early for the end game. That bodyguard guy. Hey, you in the fancy suit. Haven't you been jumping the gun ever since your opening move? This man was in Kay's photo. Well, I guess I should introduce myself first. My name is... Oh, cool guy. Stop showing off, dude. Come on. Chop chop. Horace Knightley, the president's bodyguard. Second in command of his personal security unit. Ah! Watch it, pal. That's not a toy. Whoa, my bad. She just wants to come out and play. I just can't seem to help it. Why do you have a gun if you're not a police officer? She's a lady of Shing Fog. Only the president's bodyguards are authorized to use it. Anyways, back to business. I got some news for you. There's some good news and bad news. Which do you want to hear first? It makes no difference to me. Do as you wish. You sure? I give you the first move. Alright, I got you. I'll start with my pawn. It seems that you enjoy chess. You play too, Mr. Fancy Suit? It's Edgeworth, and I do have a fondness for chess. Is that so? Well then, Master Edgeworth, I'll start with the good news. The president's safe. Not even a scratch on him. Really? That's great, pal. It seems that the young lady was not a murderer after all. Good for you, Nicole. But well there, don't forget. There's still the bad news. The president's safe because his bodyguard protected him. Actually, I had nothing to do with it. It was the leader who protected him. At the cost of his own life. That would be the other bodyguard, Rook. Was it? Yeah, that's right. Rook died to protect the president. What? Is that so? Rook is dead? What a shame. Shame. That means Nicole. That means the little lady killed him. My brother in arms. That ain't true. I ain't a murderer. Whoa there, pipe down, little Miss Murderer. Jeez, if we even had to make a sacrifice to protect the king. That's a pretty bad move. That castling. Sacrifices in castle? What's he talking about, sir? Chess, Gumshoe, chess. He's talking about chess. Come on, Gumshoe. They're all chess terms. He's saying Rook's life was exchanged for the president's. This guy sure talks funny, sir. Horace Knightley, was it? What do you want? I'd like to examine the victim's body as soon as possible. And if it's possible, I'd like to question the president. Sorry, but I can't let you do that. What? What? I got another piece of news for you. This one's a doozy. There's another piece of news? From here on out, this investigation will be handled by the Shingfa police. What? What's going on, pal? This case is under our jurisdiction. You have no right to interfere. You're Prosecutor Edgeworth, right? The president knows about you solving the Yatagrasu case. I'm honored. That's why the chief prosecutor designated you to be in charge of the case. It seems the chief prosecutor made a little appeal to the president. But it seems that you're the wrong guy for the job. I didn't know you'd have this kind of reaction. It's the president's orders. If you oppose them, you'll cause an international incident. Capiche? Hey, little lady, get over here. We'll continue your questioning inside the president's plane. No, no! I didn't do nothing! Hey now, don't be a baby. You're scared of the little Shingfa justice? Of a little Shingfa justice? Mr. Prosecutor, please! Please help me! Miss Swift? It's clear Miss Swift was the person in the red hood. However, it doesn't mean that the whole truth has been revealed. I really didn't do it. Please believe me. Is it really alright for it to end this way? All I see is a girl with eyes full of fear, pleading for help. Certainly not someone who's committed a heinous crime. If I stand aside now and do nothing, the truth will be lost to the darkness. Gah! What? What the? You! Silence! What the is an impolite way to greet someone. Your neck injury has yet to heal, and you've already forgotten? No, not you, and not now. It seems you have remembered. Hey, what are you doing? Cut it out, pal. You got some nerves to do that right in front of a detective and a prosecutor. Stop. Stay out of this. He's out of your league. Mr. Doe. Mr. Doe, who on earth are you? I am not merely a simple ice cream salesman. Of course he's not. He's a professional assassin. His name is Shelly the Killer. Shelly the Killer? Oh, finally, Edgeworth, man. Come on. There's the one in the law enforcement who doesn't know the name the Killer. An assassin who will carry out his request without fail. He was involved in a case I handled. Justice for All. You need to go watch that. If you find an LP of it, watch it. It's really good. It's been a while, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Although, I do believe that this is our first face-to-face meeting. The real assassin was you all along. That is correct. I received a request from a courteous individual to take the president's life. I should have seen his face before in the case files. Curses. I was careless. I'm glad I hid my knife inside my bandage before I entered the park. Even though my calculations were a little off. A knife? Not a gun? Now, Mr. Knightley, shall we play that game that you love so much? Of course, the stakes will be your life. What are your demands? I want you to relinquish your investigation authority back to the Prosecutor Edgeworth. What? Why? Investigative authority? What are you playing at? I simply want you to allow Edgeworth to continue his investigation. Why do you want that? Rook is an opponent who is connected to me by fate. I would like to discover the truth about his death. When that man died, the investigative authority was transferred to you. I'm simply asking you to give it back to this prosecutor. With your life at stake, this isn't really the time to be stubborn. Why you? You're just using the investigation to get close to the president. What if I am? Indeed, in order to continue the investigation, it's necessary that we enter the president's plane. As the leader of the president's bodyguard, I won't allow it. Oh? I thought you were only second in command. Now that Rook's gone, I'm in charge. I'm not sure if you're as capable as Rook was. What are you saying? I'm totally the leader now. Very well. In that case, please exercise my judgment befitting a leader. You can lose your life here needlessly, or will you allow the investigation to continue? God. He's used the investigation as an excuse? Why would he go through all that trouble? What is this man thinking? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I trust you have no objections? Let us continue the investigation. Mr. Edgeworth, what should we do, sir? For now, we have no choice but to accept his proposal. At least we'll be able to investigate. But listen well, detective. What is he telling him? I'll use the investigation to buy us time. Meanwhile, gather up your men. Surround the president's plane so that he can't escape. Right, roger that, sir. Oof. Ooh, that was a doozy. Nice. So we got to save point. Awesome. Okay. Let's see what happens next, actually. I guess this will be a little preview for the next episode. The death of a bodyguard, Ethan Rook, and the arrival of Shelly the Killer. Okay, guys, I'll start next time right here. And, subscribe, like, and I hope you guys will enjoy this LP, because I'm enjoying it so far. It's gotten really intense, and Shelly the Killer is, you know, going, like... He always does something weird like this. I don't know why. You don't know. Okay, see you guys.